What is up, everybody? This is A.L. Johnson with Elevated Men. I got my brother Leron Barnes with me. We're here for a little Monday midday motivation. And so stay tuned and check us out. It's going to be a good show. We'll be right back here in just a second. Well, here we are. It's Monday, and we know how it is. You had a good weekend. We had Easter. You're probably still full processing some of that dressing and ham and whatever else you had going on. And so we wanted to come and bring you a little midday motivation to get you going through your week. And there's nobody, and I do mean nobody, that I know personally better to do that than Mr. Leron, the Motivator Barnes. How you doing today, bro?
Listen, I am wonderful, man. It is so good to be alive, so good to be a vessel of hope, a vessel of change, a vessel of motivation, inspiration, a vessel that is just being able to be used by God to help other people to achieve their greatness.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. So listen, man, I have a question. I have some motivation questions, and I've been waiting to ask you. I've been waiting. I know we talk all the time, but I feel it's better for other people to be able to feed off the conversation as well. And so, before we get into that, man, share with us really quick, man, your experience with the one and only Les Brown, man. I think that's huge. I was able to tune in and listen to you speak. Highly motivational. But how did that even come about, and where are you going with your speaking career?
I had a dream about 4 years ago that I wanted to be a world-renowned motivational speaker because I heard Mr. Les Brown's voice. And I remember telling my dad one day, Dad, I'm going to speak on the same platform as Mr. Brown. Well, 4 years later, with the dream still in my heart, despite what happened through the process of it when things weren't exactly lined up, I held the vision. And I said, one day it's going to be fulfilled. Well, a time came where I said the next time I see a Les Brown event come up or a Les Brown class come up, I'm going to involve myself. Well, because of how the world shifted, because of how the coronavirus happened, he started doing things online when at one point it wasn't online. So what happened was that he basically set it online and it was cheaper. I'm just gonna tell you, it was $300 a month. Yes, when you know who you are and you know what you want, you're willing to invest versus $5,000 and up is the programs it was. So it was a no-brainer for me. So I just happened to get into his class, the Hungry for Greatness Speaking Academy, and from there he is so generous. He is so about the people, about us, about his students that he said, "Hey, listen, what I'm doing is I'm gonna give more to you than you can even imagine, that you would even expect, that when what you are paying for." And he delivered. And one of the things that he did, he said, listen, we're gonna set groups up in this program to where I'm gonna show up on your program. You're gonna set it up as a team, and then I'm gonna come on there and I'm gonna be the keynote speaker for you. But this was the beginning of the process of where I'm going. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm investing to go to Georgia to go ahead and be trained in person and live with them. And from there on, it's no longer a mystery. The rest is history.
Man, I'm happy for you, and I'm definitely proud of you, man. To have you a part of Elevating Men is amazing, to say the least. It's amazing. Now, here's one of the key questions that I had. So you're a motivational speaker, and in the root word of motivate is motive, right? And so a lot of people don't end up reaching their goals or where they want to be in life. And I'd like to hear your take on, what does motive have to do with that intent? How much does intent in what we're doing play into how successful we'll be?
You said the intent behind it, like as far as going after your goals and dreams?
Right, like your
Right.
intent and your motive. So like sometimes, say a person wants to make $1 million, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what's your motive? Like what's your
Boom,
why?
boom.
How
No,
important is that?
listen, your why motivates your drive. Most people don't have a strong enough why to keep them moving in the direction of the goals and dreams. Most people, they don't really have the passion behind it. And the passion It's the energy used to fuel your dreams. Let me say that again. Passion is the energy used to fuel your dreams. And what gives you the passion is your why. Why do you want to do what you want to do? Why do you want to make $1 million? Why do you have to live the life that you desire? Why do you have to erect certain businesses? Why do you have to erect certain nonprofit organizations? See, your why is ultimately the reason for what you manifesting to be manifested. Let me say that again. Let me say that a different way. Your why, the reason why you're doing it, is the only way that it's going to keep you in the game when things get tough. It's going to keep you in the game when things get hard. It's going to keep you in pursuit of your goals and dreams. Many people give up so soon and too early because they don't have a strong enough why. Right? When I found out that I was a motivational speaker, Andrew, bro, I had to do this, bro. It is because the reason why I have to do this, because I have to change the world with my voice. I care about you, bro. I care about people reaching their maximum potential. I would do this for free, bro. But Brown said, listen, be so good. He said, be so good that you'll do it for free, but they'll pay you to do it.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So when you said something, when the times get rougher, when times get hard, and I actually just posted something on my Facebook page probably a couple hours ago, literally, and I was reflecting on Easter Sunday and what Jesus did for us and things like that. But look, I want to see your thought on this. So when it came to him saying, "Father, move the cup," we all know that was him saying, "Hey, this burden is too much for me to bear. Can you move the cup? Can I reach my mission without going through this difficult, rough spot, this tough part of it? Like, can we bypass that?" Right. And God said no. And that's to his son. He's like, "No, I can't move the cup. You have to go to the cross," right?
Come on.
Even in our own lives, there are certain things that we want, right? And we reach a point of there being a cup there that we're not willing to drink from. Whether that be, I've got to, instead of talking to 20 people a day, I need to be talking to 50 people a day. If, I need to travel here, I need to go there, but there's always something that we come to a point of not being willing to do. And that's where motivation, I believe, kind of kicks in. What are some tips and strategies for people that may be at that point where they've done all that they feel they can do or that they're willing to do, and they haven't reached their goal, but they know what the steps are? A lot of times, like in this day and age, it isn't about what we know or don't know or don't. We have access to everything. We got Google. We know what we need to do. But a lot of times we reach a point of being unwilling or feeling like that thing is too much. How can people get past that feeling?
Well, one thing that I found out, Andrew, that has drastically helped is you have to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, people who is going in the same direction as you. See, it said that geese fly 80% further flying together than they would ever do flying alone. So you got to find your tribe. Where are you going? Come on, hear what I'm about to tell you. Where are you going in life? And now you want to find people who's going in the same direction as you. Many times why we are not motivated is because we're traveling alone or we're traveling with the wrong people. We're traveling with people who are going in the opposite direction as us. People who don't fully understand the vision that was given you. You hear what I'm saying? Like people who don't really get it. So that's the first thing I'll give you right there.
Man, I agree with that. I agree with that because a lot of times we seclude ourselves when we hit the wall, right? So we hit the wall, we like, hey, you know what? I need to take some time, regroup. And then we go into this sunken place that's similar to depression because it's like, hey, I got to get into my head and I got to figure these things out. And a lot of times what we need is outside of us. It's external. We need to connect with other people. We need to be able to feed off their energy because sometimes when I'm down, you may be up. And the best thing for me to do is connect with your energy to pull me out of the dumps instead of sitting in the dumps in my mind trying to pull something out of nothing.
Ooh, listen to this. Les Brown said, he said, it's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame. And we are in the frame. So we can't see certain things outside of what we are already seeing. So we need someone else's vision Come on.
Hmm.
So that
Hmm.
we can see ultimately what we already know.
Right, right. So, like when you help people find their why, because I know you're also a life coach. And so, in helping people identify their why, I believe a lot of times people go to the automatic things that are easy to think of. What's your
Hmm.
why? Oh, my kids.
Yeah.
What's your why?
Yeah.
Oh, I came from a poor family background and I want to change that. What does a deeper why sound like to you? What is a deeper why sound like? Because if it were as simple as my children, or if it was as simple as I want to have more money, everyone would have the motivation that they need. And so the why is important, I agree. But how do we get to that deeper
Yes, sir.
why that actually pushes us into action?
Well, everything that you want, need, desire, everything that you are is already inside of you. It's all about discovering who and what you are supposed to be doing here. See, when you are in pursuit of your why, when you find out who you are, that will lead you into your why. Watch this. When I found out, Andrew, bro, that I was a motivational speaker, that's when I found out what I had to do and why I had to do it. Many people don't know who they are. They don't know what they're here for. See, your why will always be about someone else. It will really never be about you.
Mm.
Let me say that again. Your why will always be about someone else. It will never be about you. See, when you become, when your why is bigger than you, when you get a euphoric feeling, when you think about this thing, when you say I have to have it no matter what. I went through so many doggone things, Andrew, in pursuit of my dreams and goals, but I never lost the vision. See, it makes you feel a certain way. Like on the inside, it gets you excited that even when it's not happening, you understand that I will not grow weary in well doing. That no matter what it is, you seen yourself already in your future doing this thing. And when you go to the future in your mind, you begin to feel excited. You begin to get happy. You begin to say, you know what? I have to do this. Like your kid, like some people, it is their children. But here's the thing about it. It's even beyond that. Because your impact is beyond your household. Come on. Your impact is beyond your household. You were
Mm.
not created just for one thing. You were created for many different things, serving in many different ways. Yes, I'm a speaker. Yes, I want to impact my household, but it's about the people. God gave you a gift. God gave you a talent. God gave you a skill. What is that gift, talent, and skill that you can offer to the world on a massive scale? Because you're not small, but you're large. You're bigger
Mm.
than life.
And what you said there, I really do believe that it speaks to finding your passion.
Come on.
Because when you're able to go into the recesses of your mind and you envision a certain thing, a certain event, a certain activity that you're doing, and like you said, you feel that rush of energy, and it's like, man, this is it. This is what
Yeah.
I want to do. Right?
Yeah.
That's your passion. So you have
Come on.
ignited your passion, but when it comes to your why, I believe that there's some reflection that has to go on, right? And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
for me personally, and we all find our why in a different way. For me, it's a point of history
Mm-hmm.
and going back to some point of pain,
Woo! You better teach it. Come on, talk to me.
connecting with that pain,
Yes.
and
Woo!
then being honest about it. And so you and I have had conversations. So you say,
Yes.
hey,
Yes.
when I was a child, I was looked at in this certain way, right? And
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
created this pain for me. And now that I'm able to be honest with myself about the pain that created,
Mm-hmm.
that is now a part of my why and what I want to change. A lot of us, we have generational curses throughout our family, whether it's fatherless homes, whether it's lack of income, whatever that may be. I believe that it's important for us to go back,
Mm-hmm.
connect to that history and
Mm-hmm.
the pain that is there. And so it
Mm.
may be the pain that your mother felt. It may be
Come
the
on.
pain that your grandfather felt. And when you're able to draw that into yourself, and be honest about it, because this is a point. Just like you refer to the Bible a lot. Shortest verse that I know of is all men are liars. Is that correct?
I heard of
Right,
Jesus
right.
wept, but
And
that's the
so
second. I
some
say that's
women
the
may be
shortest one.
watching, they like, yes, all men are liars. Yes, right. But I always remember with that verse, I would be like, well, wait a minute. You know, in my opinion, I'm like, I don't think this person is a liar. I don't think this person is very dishonest. I try not to be dishonest myself, right? But what I found is a lot of times we lie to ourselves. And
Come
so
on.
you can't really connect to your why or your passion if you're dishonest with yourself, right? And so, like I said, it comes to a point of connecting with whatever pains you have, whether it be generational or personal, and then being honest about it. Like, how does that really make you feel? How does it
Yeah.
really make you feel to know that you're the third generation of homes that are fatherless? How does that
Mm.
really make you
Woo.
feel to look back and say that nobody in the family owns a home? How does that
Yeah.
truly make you feel? And then when you can be honest about your feelings, then it's like, what do I do about it?
Come
What can
on.
I do about it? That's where you're able to look forward, like you said, and look more into the passion side of it.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
makes me what makes me motivated enough to do what's necessary to overcome these generational issues? It can't be something run of the mill. You
Mhm.
know, it has to
Mhm.
be a huge why,
Yeah.
and there
Yeah.
has to be some serious passion behind it.
Come on.
Otherwise, when that cup comes, like we were talking about, Father, move the cup. When the
Yeah.
cup comes, your request is going to be move it instead
Mm.
of help me go ahead and do what I need to do.
You better go ahead, Andrew. When I
What are your
say,
thoughts
bro,
on that?
you hit it hard, bro. I mean, that is so freaking powerful and so true. Listen, and I gotta piggyback off that. Your why is connected to your pain. Listen, and I gotta repeat that, everybody. Your why is connected to your pain, right? Like me, and I'm using me for example, but you can use yourself, Andrew. You know, the people who's listening can use themselves. When you look at the pain you've been through with me, man, the reason why I became a motivational speaker is because I was told more about my limitations than my possibilities. I was told what I couldn't do versus what I could do. I was set with so many limitations. I was told I was ADHD, ADD, had a learning disability. I felt stupid, y'all. I felt dumb. I felt inadequate. I felt that I couldn't learn. I felt that even though these labels were put on me, that I still wanted more. I couldn't settle for being stupid. I didn't want to be stupid, Andrew. I didn't want to accept that I was stupid. Even though I felt it, I didn't want to freaking accept it, man. And
Mm,
so I learned that people out there have been told the same thing as I've been told. And everybody doesn't get out of that. So a lot of people stay there for the rest of their lives, bro. They
mm,
stay there for the
mm.
rest of their lives. It was Les Brown. He said that you shouldn't put labels on people. You should only put them on jars. And there are
There you
people.
go. There you
Come on,
go. Right,
you feel
right,
me?
right,
And
right.
there are some labels that people put on you. There are labels that people put on me, and it hurt me. So what I said was, "Yo, no, no one deserves to feel this way, Andrew. No
Mm.
one
And
deserves
see,
to feel this way."
and
Talk
here's
to
a
me.
part of it too, because some of it, like we said, so we're in our head now with what we're talking about, generational trauma, personal trauma, etc. But let's just talk about what we see externally. You know what I mean? So then when you look at you know, the disparity between different areas, like you go to Overland Park versus you go into Midtown Kansas City or different things like that, when you see the blight in the area, when all you see is destitution, destruction, you know, dilapidated buildings and things like that, it creates a mental barrier for a lot of people because you don't see abundance, you see devastation. And so when you come to a point of trying to motivate yourself,
Yeah.
you have nothing externally closely within your surroundings to pull from. And so for people who are in that situation where they look around and everything that they see is blight, they
Yeah.
don't see
Yeah.
abundance, how can they switch
Woo.
that mindset? Where do they pull that from?
Well, you have to get out of your environment. You have to move. Watch this, guys. Listen to this. Hear what I'm saying. One thing that I do even now is that even on some of the pages that I'm following, I have pages that show mansions. I have people traveling on vacation. I'm a visionary. You have to put this stuff in front of you instead of looking at people's drama. That's for them and their mama. Come on, somebody. You got to be looking at things that inspire you. You have to be listening, looking at. You have to get out of your area. One thing that I did, I remember me and my wife. This is what I did. Watch this. This is how you strengthen your vision and see yourself beyond your circumstance. I said, baby, let's go out and let's drive around the neighborhood. And we start going to places where mansions were. Woo! See, we start,
Okay.
hey, baby, we're going to have a house like that right there.
There
And I
you go.
like that car. We you don't have to travel across the world to see this. Go to some of the most up neighborhoods. See, you have to, I was training an individual, coaching them. And this is what I told them to do. Go to the car lot. Get in a vehicle that you can see yourself in and ask them to test drive it. Because you have to see yourself in it. And you can't see yourself in it if you stay in your current situation. If you watch CNN, constant negative news, come on, then that's all your life will be. And you cannot visualize yourself outside of that. So put yourself in a space where you can see yourself beyond where you are.
Man, listen. So I know it's about 12, a little after 12:30, almost 1 o'clock. This is people's lunch break. I hope they tuning in so this can give them the fuel that they need, the fire that they need to get through the rest of the day and the rest of the week. We're definitely going to do this again. Motivation Mondays, midday. I appreciate you, Leron Barnes. The only reason I'm cutting this short is because you're giving too much, man. You're giving them too much, brother. You're giving them too much. Hey, everyone who's checking this out, definitely follow Elevated Men. Tonight, we're going to have a really, really good discussion. You'll be back, correct, Leron?
Absolutely.
Okay. 8 p.m. tonight, Central Standard Time. We're going into part 2 of the Modern Man's Mental Health Conundrum. In part 2, we're going to be talking about male insecurity. So we're talking about a panel of men talking about their insecurities. It's going to be interesting. You don't want to miss it. But before we close this stream, did you have any last words of encouragement and anything that you want to tell them as far as how to connect with you and your mission?
Absolutely. Well, listen, guys, be inspired, be motivated. You go after your goals and your dreams. Don't let anything stop you. Stay in pursuit. Find your passion. Find your gift. Find your why. You are here for a reason. You have value, and people need what you have. Listen, you can find me on Facebook at Leron Barnes. You look me up there. You can look me up at Leron the Motivator, also on Facebook. I'm very inspirational, here to lift you up. You can also find me on Instagram at Leron 08. And stay tuned, because there are some events that I'm going to be speaking at that's going to really draw the high achievers, the people who want more in life. We're going to be doing different events, different talks, and like Andrew said, we're going to be doing this a lot more. So stay motivated, stay inspired, stay encouraged, and let's live the life that we desire.
All right. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. If you know anybody else that needs a little additional motivation to get them through the week, share this video with them. There were a lot of nuggets dropped. I hope you picked them up. See you soon.